my microphone is working okay, and this is somewhat audible. It doesn't look like it too much, though. We'll try my best, or I'll try my best. So, I really don't have much to talk about right now, but I figured since no one was home, Tyler's on his way home, and the rest of my family's away for the weekend, I would try and talk about something. I mean, I was originally considering, right, talking about, the fact that today is the 10th anniversary of the terrorist attacks of 9/11. So I guess I could still talk about that. Being only, still fairly young at the time, my family was in Cape Cod. When it happened, the guy in the cabin next door from us ran outside and was like, "Go turn on your TV." Now, my mom had put the TV in the closet for the week because she hates TV and we were on vacation. She thought no one should be watching TV. My dad went and got the TV out and turned it on. Uh, at the time, my mom was at the general store getting the newspaper, which is where she heard about it on the radio. She was with Chonda, my little sister, who at the time was barely, she was a little baby. She couldn't even walk yet. Um, I remember seeing I think it must have been the second tower fall on TV. I didn't really understand it at the time. I was like, what's happening? And then I remember getting scared out of my mind because of all the military jets that just kept flying over, and so, it was kind of scary. Everyone was freaking out. I, couldn't really grasp what was going on. It wasn't until we were driving back from Cape Cod and we were coming down along the Henry Hudson Parkway, and you can normally see, the entire New York skyline pretty much. And I always remember coming back from visiting my grandparents in Montauk before then, and it's you're coming at from the city from a different angle, and you can frankly see the skyline better. I always remember seeing the towers, and I was always like, "Oh, we're almost home. We can see the Twin Towers." Of course, this time, coming back and they weren't there. It was such a weird. That's when it really sank in that something had happened. I had friends who, saw it from their roofs. One of my good friends' fathers almost died. I didn't realize this till later, but at the time, my aunt was working in the Pentagon, and I guess, I remember, I don't remember, I guess we were trying to get a hold of her, but her pager wasn't working. Yes, back in the time when everyone had pagers. They didn't get a hold of her. She's fine. She was fine, but she was in the Pentagon when it happened. And it's like, I always feel that everyone sort of overlooks the fact that the Pentagon also got attacked, but I know they don't. It just sort of seems like, for me it was always, oh my god, the Twin Towers are gone. So, but it was scary as a child and everything. Um, After that, I got nightmares for years. Um, I don't really remember exactly what they were. All I remember is my mom telling me that I was getting these nightmares and I was waking up, and still I remember dumbly thinking, or I don't know, maybe not so dumbly thinking, that I kept freaking out because I thought where my dad worked would be next. He works up in Rockefeller Center, so it's always like, scary. It's scary, but you know, I'll never forget, that there were so many people who lost their lives and so many brave people who went in to try and help. Yeah, I guess that's it. We'll wrap this up because it's a 5-minute video. Now, hopefully, I'm not going to end up scrapping this because my mic isn't working well.